Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
So this is a hot button topic specifically for James and I. I know Noah and Walter, you may be a little bit in the dark on this and what's going on.
Right. Perfect opportunity for me to watch Chris Statlander versus Will Nightingale and maybe have a Tourette. So do your thing.
Well, but as a content creator, this does affect you as well, and same with you, Walter, as a new content creator.
Okay,
you just
TV off.
You're not really on the YouTube that much to really be following the drama, so to speak. So there's a YouTube content creator by the name of Sniperwolf. SSSNIPERWOLF.
Never heard of him.
My son watches him, I think.
No, it's not a he.
Yeah, she is what people call a reactor. What she does primarily is she plays people's TikTok videos. And she reacts to them. She comments on them, that type of thing. And she is one of the golden girls, if you will, for YouTube. She makes millions of dollars for the platform. She gets millions of views on her videos. She just rakes in the cash. So that's who she is. Then there's this guy on YouTube, an account by the name of Jack's Films.
Yep.
And over the past few months, as far as I know, I haven't been following him for a long time. I do occasionally watch Sniperwolf because one of Cece's kids likes watching her videos. So I kind of saw who she was, and I'm not going to front. I thought she was kind of cute. So it was like, okay, let me check her out, see what she's doing. And apparently this dude, Jack's Films, has been calling her out for months, possibly even a year or so. I'm not really sure. Didn't go that far back in his videos. Calling her out for basically stealing other people's content. Because when she uses their TikTok videos, she often puts her little head bubble over their username and doesn't even credit them in her description or nothing.
Ooh, that's a red flag.
But she's transforming the videos. It's transformative because she's providing commentary and context over it so she doesn't get pinged for it. But he's been calling her out, hey, why don't you at least give these people the credit they deserve? Why don't you step your game up? To the point where he's even gone on TikTok, found these people's videos and credited them in his videos to try to get some recognition and some love back to them. So these two have been going back and forth with each other for a while on social media, to the point where 1 week ago, she went to his house, went on her Instagram, took a picture of his house and posted his address on her Instagram to her 5.6 million followers. Apparently this is called doxing. It's a term I'd never heard before. I actually had to Google what the fuck it meant because I'm watching all these YouTube's videos talking about, Sniperwolf just doxed Jack's Films. I'm like, what the fuck is doxing?
Yeah.
So I looked into this, find out what it meant. Basically, it means when you share somebody's private information over social media.
Jeez,
wow.
So she basically put this dude on blast on social media.
If I also may, JJ, because this is a key important thing you're forgetting, this is also humongously against YouTube's terms of service.
I was just going to get to that, James.
Yeah. I just want to make sure
I was
that's
building
emphasized.
My story. I was building my story, James. Let me tell my story.
Well, at least I emphasized it for you.
Like he pointed out, this is insane. This is against the TOS. It's a misdemeanor in California.
Yeah,
it is against state law to do this type of thing.
Yep.
Wow. Damn.
Yep.
Jack's Films was actually doing a live stream when this happened. So people are blowing up his live stream chat talking about, dude, she is outside your house right now.
Why?
Now, just for context, and let me throw this image up again. You guys know what all the wrestlers look like. So the girl that you don't recognize in the picture is what Sniperwolf looks like. That is who she is.
Okay.
Okay, I do know who that is. I do
She's
know
like
who it is now.
120 pounds soaking wet. So a lot of people are like, dude, why is this guy so scared of her? So apparently, and this has been addressed on multiple YouTube videos. It's not like I'm coughing up any kind of secret information or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She's got past convictions for armed robbery.
Yep.
So this chick knows how to use a firearm and is not afraid to do something with it. So that's why this guy is scared. He is at home with his wife, his family, and this crazy chick with a history of priors is outside his house.
Yep. Yep.
So everybody started calling for her to get kicked off the platform, get her channel taken away, get demonetized, something.
Yep.
And YouTube was silent for a week. Yesterday, they demonetized her, a temporary suspension and demonetization. Don't know how long it's going to last. But here's the thing. She's still posting videos.
Yep.
Her current videos aren't being monetized, but her insane backlog still is. So she's still able to make money off of all the videos she posted prior to yesterday, I think. She comes out and makes what people are calling an AI-generated apology. Because if you look at the way she posts on social media and look at the wording in her apology, it doesn't match up.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the reason why I'm addressing it on the show. When we usually just stick to wrestling topics, all four of us are content creators. All four of us are also men. If we did that to someone like her, dead in the water right out the gate.
Yep.
True.
We would not
Double
live
standard.
to see the light of day if it was up to them.
Double
She
standard.
is a huge moneymaker for the platform. They know that by taking her channel away, they take away revenue to YouTube. Because as we all know, well, I know you guys know because we've mentioned it, but every time me and Jeff get super chatted, they take a cut of that. They take a piece of what gets sent our way. Out of that $20 that got sent earlier from Emmanuel, I'll probably get 17 of that. So I still get a good sized chunk, but YouTube gets theirs too. And you got to figure someone that's bringing in millions of views to videos, how much is that bringing to YouTube? How much does that hit their pocketbooks if they lost that revenue? So this is an interesting topic to kind of discuss because any of us do that, we're dead in the water.
Yep.
And this is something that's going to affect us as content creators going forward, whether we think it will or not, whether we realize it or not.
Yep.
The way YouTube handled this situation is going to affect every content creator from here on out.
Yep. Because now it's a slap
That's
on the
part
wrist.
of why James wanted to be here for this, because you figure everything he does, all his editing, his production,
Yeah.
you know, granted, his WYW kind of went the way it went this week, and I am sorry for that, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
it's all right.
all the effort you put into that. But all the stuff he's done for the Win Productions, the production he's done for Noah's Simple brand.
Yep.
You know, all the stuff that goes across the multiverse of media here.
Yeah. By the way, you're coming in a little bit muffled. I don't know why, but that just started happening. Now you're good.
Not sure. May have been because I was getting out of breath talking so much. I needed to stop for a minute, catch my breath there.
Gotta
but-
breathe, brother. Breathe once in a while. Periods matter.
But I've been watching videos about this develop over the past week because
Yep.
I've found it very interesting. Like I said, I didn't know who Jax Films was prior to this. Never watched him. Sniperwolf, I casually watched because, again, I'll own it. I thought she was cute. You saw the picture. She's an attractive young woman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, whether you lust or simp or get thirsty for women or whatever the culture wants to call it, she's an attractive young woman.
Yep.
You can understand why she gets so many millions of followers. To Emmanuel's point, people are thirsty. They have nothing better to do than to compliment her and give her money for it.
Yep.
The world we live in.
James, I'll let you take over, tag in if there's anything I missed, if there's any other context you want to add that I may have forgotten.
You have covered just about everything that needed to be covered. I will throw in additional context. First is going to be my channel. I'm actually on the popular section, and the reason I bring this up is very key because Jax Films criticized her not linking content down in the description box. Every single one of these videos that has hundreds of thousands of views, including this one that has 1 million, every bit of credit goes to the artist, always either on video or in the video description. I mention this because every single one of my top uploads, it is not difficult to freaking do. It was that simple. It's literally a day's work. You copy a link, you paste a link, and it's done, and it's settled, and it's over with. It's that damn simple. At the very least, and by the way, here's another scummy thing she does. She downloads a TikTok or downloads TikToks without the TikTok logo, so you don't even know who the artist was of the original TikTok. That's bullshit, you know? At the very least, find one where you can get that. If you're going to do a TikTok reacts, that's kind of the point. I've seen Simon reacts, Courage reacts. I'm very knowledgeable in this field when it comes to the reacting stuff. I'm actually going to be launching a couple series, hopefully by next year, that involve reacting. Don DeMarco show going to relaunch, and Content Review going to relaunch. So I know this game, right? It's not difficult to link the freaking original video if nothing else. She gets mad and butthurt because Jax Films is literally calling her out for the wrong she's doing, and her response was to go to his house, take a picture. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Mind you, I'm not even kidding when this happened, because this actually happened. There was another YouTube drama yeah, I know. There's Noah right there. I don't blame him. There was another thing, and this is the reason why people are pissed. This is the main reason why YouTubers all over the place are pissed about this. There was a YouTuber by the name of The Act Man who made a commentary video who I essentially was calling somebody out and all this stuff, and rightfully, I think there was like some crazy accusations that were being thrown his way at the time. The person that Ackman was making a comment video on. Now, on Twitter or somewhere on social media, or it may have even been within the video itself. I'm not sure of the full context, so forgive me. But he makes a joke about doxing. Not even actually doxing anybody, just makes a joke. His entire channel's demonetized because of that one joke he made. Sniperwolf, because she's a female and she's attractive, and a lot of these YouTube CEOs probably allegedly like to maybe get a little favor. Slap on the wrist. Your current videos need to be demonetized for a month, and then you'll be back.
See, here's the other thing that I found funny, and I forgot to mention this part. Like the day after I think this happened on Saturday last week. So it literally was like happening while we were on the air because I think I learned of it on Sunday.
Yep.
So like either Sunday or Monday, she goes on her Instagram after getting all this heat and she posts this to her story.
Yep.
We show up to your house, what you do.
Yeah, still making jokes.
Basically taunting and teasing about it. Like, hey, if we show up to your house, what are you doing?
Dude, I'm beyond annoyed. And especially when you consider the fact.
Sorry, Jay. I'm not laughing at you, James. It's Noah.
I know. I was expecting that. Now look, this is actually a good time to bring this up because we've had discussions over FTW and quite frankly amongst ourselves with two people in the wrestling community that actually had this exact fucking thing happen to them and it wasn't cool. Threatening of doxing, people actually being doxed without mentioning names, right? Because Lord knows they've already dealt with enough shit. We know they have actually suffered through this. There was at one point last year where we actually covered a story involving Bianca Belair where fans followed Bianca to her house or to the residence she was staying at the time.
Sonya Deville had to stalk her.
Yeah, Sonya Deville had a stalker. So it's like, this is more than just wrestling. This is more than just YouTube. This is a problem that should be unanimous and undisputed. It should be illegal. And as far as I know, Sniperwolf is in Cali, is she not? I swear she's in California.
She is. I think she's originally Canadian. Isn't she originally Canadian?
I don't know about that.
But her current residency, if Jack's films is in Cali.
Where she lives is irrelevant.
Right. I agree.
I think it's illegal in all 50 states. I don't think it matters.
Right. I agree. It probably should be, if nothing else. But the point being, depending on the state needs to get involved and really hammer down some hefty freaking charges, especially considering the fact she already had a criminal record of burglary. Oh, this is not even touching on the fact, which, by the way, there's actually video evidence of this on her own channel where she was also essentially DMing a minor to flash her. That happened. This was on an Omegle video she did.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, but she gets away with it because she's Sniperwolf. Anybody else that does that, you know.
It's on video. You can't hide this. You obviously snitched on yourself. You went on Instagram Live.
To be fair to her, also the excuse was it was a bot, so she was playing around with the bot and all this shit. I'm like,
yeah,
the bot's still set at 16. It's not a good look, dumbass. That's not the point. Anyway, this was years ago. That's still on there. She's making money off that video still, by the way, even after all this controversy. So yeah, it's bullshit, and I think it's only worth bringing up, not necessarily because we're invested in these motherfuckers, because Lord knows I like Jack as a person, but I never give a fuck enough to watch his content. I share the feelings mutual with everybody else. Same with Sniperwolf for the most part. I don't think anybody was clamoring to see her in this group, but
yeah, I only watched a few of Jack's films after learning about this stuff going on because I wanted to know who the hell this guy was.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I never watched Jack. I know my oldest son watches Sniper, but I really don't know enough. All I know is I'm a big Second Amendment person. I own cavalry. I got a lot of things that you could try that stupid shit with me if you want.
Yeah, I don't.
Jesus.
I don't want to get it twisted. I'm all about freedom of speech for stuff, and like I feel like people should be able to say what they want, but I feel like there's a line that's being crossed here as well because
exactly.
I post, and I tried to do a live stream where I was just playing music. And I even was going to post the credit to the companies and everything in the description. I didn't do it right away because it was a live stream. didn't know what I was going to play until I played it.
Got demonetized.
I got the whole stream got shut down.
Damn.
But she's able to use other people's material and she gets away with it free and clear.
Yeah.
Under the umbrellas of a reactor?
Yeah.
That's the loophole?
Mm-hmm.
Because
she's transforming the content by adding commentary, by adding description, by adding context to the videos.
Right.
She's able to transform the videos enough in order to make commentary. So theoretically speaking, me and Noah should be able to post our commentary that we do over the matches that we call, and it shouldn't get flagged.
Exactly.
Every time it goes up, it gets flagged because the video is owned by WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, whatever.
The only reason
every time.
Now, mind you, this is another problem as well. And this is the truth for most big content creators, whether it's wrestling or otherwise. Any YouTuber, like big time YouTuber, that has a friend and or connections and or essentially a presence that is huge on the platform, they are able to get away with it by default because the companies will not strike those content creators down. They may get like a temporary strike, but then they're able to resort it in literally like a week and then it's back up. OSW has done that for years now. Same with Wrestling Bios, same with Sidemen Reacts. Anytime they react to anything wrestling related, basically anything involving wrestling. If you have a big enough name, you can get away with it. We're not saying that there isn't favoritism on the platform. Quite frankly, there's favoritism on every damn platform. That's
favoritism in every aspect.
That is not the bone of contention here.
Yeah, there's favoritism in every walk of life. You walk into anybody's job, there's favoritism.
Yes.
Of course.
This is not a matter of trying to play favorites under any circumstances, you two. This is she did something illegal that is against your terms of service, and you banned one other huge content creator for making a joke of. This is bullshit. And everybody that's calling you out, you deserve every amount of shit you're getting from this. This is not okay to just allow because it's illegal, flat out illegal. I don't even know how many times we've at least 4 times over between FTW and Jeff Meacham Network shit. We have legitimately called out these morons for doing that type of behavior. How do you just then go and allow Sssniperwolf to get away with the shit with a slap on the wrist of, oh, you can't monetize your current videos for a month?
Dude, look how worried we get for the karaoke's we do and all, and we're not playing music in the background or nothing.
It's absurd. Dude, JJ got demonetized for a video that he made. KSI, by the way, for speaking of JJ, he gets demonetized for the video he made back in like 2011 that he unlisted. He got freaking claimed for it, and then he was completely demonetized for it. This shit's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
glad you guys reminded me when I do the UFC watch along. I'm gonna have that TV low.
yeah, no shit, man.
That's why Jeff will sometimes say, "I can hear somebody's television."
Yeah,
it's the favoritism is fine until you start breaking the law. The minute you break the law, favoritism needs to go out the fucking window. Period. Bottom line. Because you're never going to get rid of favoritism. But in situations like this, you absolutely deserve to get reamed out for playing favorites here.
And you're also never going to get rid of double standards because there's a lot of double standards.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. It's not, and again, double standard, non-issue now. Because, again, somebody broke the law and somebody needs to be held accountable properly. Not just, oh, you get demonetized for a month and every other video is fine.
I just pictured in my head.
Noah makes content. I make content. JJ makes content. Walter, you started making content. This affects all of us now. Now, like as content creators.
And it affects Jeff, who's not here.
Yeah,
It affects Priscilla.
Yeah,
it affects NoDQ.com. It affects Greg.
Yep.
Everybody whose logo is on the multiverse of media thing up there. It affects all of us. That's why I wanted to do this. Again, I know we normally try to stick to just wrestling talk, but when this started going down and I saw how it was being handled, the resolution of it, if you can call it that, I felt like this was something we needed to address because all of us are content creators now.
I promise you.
With one, Walter, but still, it's going to hinder your growth.
Yes,
exactly. I promise you, if one of us did that, the FBI would have arrested us on that live. We would have been in handcuffs by the end of that live.
Exactly. As we should have been, by the way.
Yeah, for real. Not trying to make a big joke here, so take it with a grain of salt. No, notwithstanding, but especially since the three of us are heavier individuals. Going to a person's house that looked like her.
Yeah, exactly.
Cops would have rolled up within 30 seconds, tackled us to the ground, arm behind our back. They wouldn't even given us a chance to question us.
For that matter, even if it was another guy, we would have still got in trouble.
You know what this really is? And this is really what it comes down to, even though he's since paid for his transgressions in recent years. This is really, honest to God, like the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation all over again. Just different It really is. It really is. A big celebrity commits a crime, literally in broad fucking daylight. Nobody goddamn does a thing, and he gets to just collect his fucking reward. It's the same fucking situation, just different coat of paint. That's
hindsight 2020. What reward did he collect? I mean, does Will Smith regret doing that now? I'm just saying.
That's why we are commenting on it now as a community at large, so that way she gets the exact same type of treatment.
I'm honestly tired of hearing about Jada, and I'm so sick of it. But
I am too. But at the same time, more so than Will Smith, because I've been in his shoes. Fuck that bitch. Yeah, I don't like
some of the jokes that are coming out about it are just fucking priceless, though.
To tie this into wrestling, look how Vince McMahon gets in trouble, does hush money, right? Nobody's ever leaving it alone. If you have an opinion that differs from other people, what do they say, JJ, about us? Oh, you're defending that guy. You're defending. Sniperwolf has done some stuff, right? I don't hear anybody saying, "Oh, you're defending her." Other than that, why doesn't anybody jump down anybody's throat who's on her side?
Yeah, oh my God, don't even get me started on that from a couple weeks ago, where I was actually like flat out saying, hey, rape accusation bad. It's worse than Tony Khan's calling people names. We get it. That wasn't the point Jeff was making. Cut the shit, people. Oh my God. Context is key. Jesus Christ.
That's what's bad. It's so bad.
Murder for how long?
Wait, yes. Exactly. Oh, hey,
what's horrible?
Speaking of Jeff,
speak his name and he appears.
What's horrible before Jeff goes is that she can do that, right? All we can do as men is get accused of something and we can never get over it, even if it's not true. And that shit will follow us for the rest of our lives. But look at her.
Oh boy, have I been dealing with that behind the scenes for a little bit. Ooh. You know who you are.
I know Jeff's got a lot to say.
Hi, Jeff.
Time out for a second. Jeff, can you hear us?
What? I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay. I am on the brand new JBL earpieces because I needed new earpieces if I'm going to be doing shit like this where the traffic is a nightmare and I don't have a cord longer than I don't have a long enough piece of equipment to pull off the job. So it is what it is. Anyway, so what are we talking about since I just came out from another King's loss?
Oh, we're talking about the Sniperwolf drama.
He's not going to know what that is.
Do you not know what that is?
I'm grateful I don't, but if you want to fill me in, and I mean very briefly.
Okay,
I will try to give you the Cliff Notes version. So basically, this YouTuber has been taking TikToks from other people and commenting on them. So she hasn't been getting copyright dinged because of transformative. Another YouTuber called her out on her shit, not giving people credit on it. They've been going back and forth at it for a while. So last week she goes to his house, posts his house on her Instagram to her 5.6 million followers with his address. This is called doxing, apparently.
Yes.
Yes. James,
It's a term that I learned in this situation. That's why I say it like that.
Jeff recently learned.
I did. Thanks to this bullshit with anyway, carry on.
Yeah, true.
And then people have been calling for her to either be removed from YouTube, demonetized, something, because of this as being a violation of TOS.
Yes, big violation.
They finally issued a temporary demonetization. Her more recent videos have been demonetized, but her past catalog is very much still monetized. This is a person that brings in millions of views, millions of followers, clearly millions of dollars to YouTube. And the reason I wanted to bring this up here on the show is because all of us as content creators are very much affected by this.
Yep.
Indeed.
You know, had we done this to her or anybody, honestly, we would have been dead in the water.
Yep.
She does this, and she's one of YouTube's golden girls, so she's basically gotten away with it scot-free. If you're looking at your camera, Jeff, I'm going to throw up the open mic night graphic real quick. The female who you don't recognize is who we are talking about.
I was wondering about that. Okay, cool. All right.
So you can kind of have an idea of what she looks like and why she has so many millions of fans. She's an attractive young girl. So you can kind of see why she's getting away with this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the clip.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see how I can dance around this. Good grief. Oh, it's so stupid that and I get the need to bring it up because you're absolutely right, Jay. Any one of us in this room does this. We're thrown off the internet. We're thrown in jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It's ridiculous, and this is the kind of stuff that there's a couple points to make here. I'm trying to make it over the 60s goal so we don't get ourselves monetized. Anyway,
that's the other reason why it's important to us, because it's like you're constantly like, I can hear somebody serious.
Yeah, somebody's in the background. Yeah, exactly.
You know, or
yeah.
Or like I did my live stream playing music, and we've given credit to stuff. We've shown clips of videos before, and we get copyright pinged right away. But this chick is visibly stealing people's TikToks and putting her little face bubble over their usernames so that she doesn't have to give them credit.
That's shady.
Stealing their stuff.
Yep.
But she gets to make all this money by monetizing these videos.
I don't own this.
More so
working.
That is more so where I feel like it's an issue for us. Not as much of what she did personally, because we're all sound mind and body. We're not that fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But the fact that she gets away with stealing people's videos and making money off of it is where I really feel like this resonates with us.
Yeah, I mean, after the last couple of weeks, it resonates on all the fronts, Jay. First of all, yes, the complete double standard is absolute bullshit, right? The other thing is, at the end of the day, you know, the thing that happened at the brewery a couple weeks ago, and James and I talking about the subject of doxing and how, you know, folks like our friend Jesse have been, you know, raked over the coals with people like that. Exactly. And there is that. And then, you know, what happened with me and the con worshippers last week. It's just ridiculous that there's so much nonsense out there. And, you know, I swear, I remember starting out doing the videos with Aaron and everybody else that was involved in those shows all those years ago. And, you know, we had these kind of worries, yes, but it wasn't so easy to obtain. And there was still identity theft back then. That wasn't called that. It was called, you know, whatever, you know, classified information or whatever. But, you know, it's become so easy to make a target out of other people if they so much as give you the stink eye. and it's a very scary thing. And
Oh yeah.
that part is definitely a issue. And we're not going to sit here and have a morality conversation because we'll be here till next Saturday at 10:45 at night or whatever. But the money thing is definitely a issue as far as this show, these series of channels. Everybody in here has their own channel. 2 of us are monetized. James took a break from dealing with shit like this because of dealing with shit like this.
Right.
And I just think it's a ridiculous, gross double standard.
Yes.
And after the week I've had where it's, my tolerance threshold is at a minimum, and I mean minimum with a grain of salt. So I just lost an earbud, so if I can't hear you guys, that'll be why, because one's in my lap somewhere. I hear how to loop. I'm working on it, but it's just unfortunate that it's a continued issue, and that the double standard remains. And as I say, the double standard based on what happened to me and who I was accused of defending last week. Let me bring up a graphic that I forgot to put in the room, JJ. So if you can bear with me for just a minute, I'm gonna keep talking so you don't hear the music completely over me.
I just brought that up too, Jeff. I just literally brought that up.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to follow the advice of one Mr. McMahon here and go to this link because I need the money more than he does. So please donate directly. That way I can make up for not having a job right now. There you go. Thank you very much, guys. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and again, if I were to do what that lady did, and I say lady, that person did, because she's no lady, clearly.
No.
We would, we'd all be demonetized and thrown off YouTube, possibly prosecuted. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I said the FBI would have been on our lives arresting us if that was us. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but I don't want to deal with Nunzio or Chuck Palumbo today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
We wouldn't have barely gotten a minute or so into our live stream with that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The cops would have showed up.
Hell yes.
They wouldn't have asked us a question.
Yep. And
you know how much?
Oh, go ahead, Walter, and then I'll go.
You know how much she doesn't care, or how she knows she's untouchable? She's literally convicted of armed robbery.
Yes.
And she uses the name Sssniperwolf as her username. Don't think that irony is not lost on me.
Yeah, she's Sssniperwolf. And
yeah, exactly.
That was a Call of Duty name she picked ages ago. That's kind of this backstory, I guess, behind that. Now, I did find out one key piece of information, which is the question I asked earlier. JJ, you said that if in the state of California, it is downright a misdemeanor at best, correct?
Mm-hmm.
She lives in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I only say that because that's public information. I don't know where in Los Angeles, but according to her IMDb and other places that I looked up, including Wikipedia and not just Wikipedia, all say the same thing, LA. So she's definitely a misdemeanor.
Sounds about right.
Again, this is on top of her criminal past of armed robbery. So, yeah, nice one. Nice one. And again, I only am talking about this in particular because, again, it happens in wrestling so frequently that I'm just fucking over it at this point. In YouTube, and it's funny to bring this up now, in YouTube, there are so many commentary creators that are commenting on this particular issue that something more at some point is going to be done to her because there's going to be too much of a stink raised about this. JJ, as you have just pointed out, you watched how many videos on this topic of how many people that are covering this exact content?
Quite a few. I seriously debated back and forth about doing this because it's been a week since it happened.
Yeah.
A ton of people have covered it, probably to get clicks and views, which is one of the reasons why I did think about us doing it. It would help, especially having her image. But I figured that like I said, we're all content creators,
Right.
By doing what she does and taking someone's TikTok and reacting to it and providing context and commenting on it. I see you, Emmanuel, one moment. Me and Noah should theoretically be able to post our commentary over any match we cover and not get dinged.
Yep.
But we get dinged every single time. We are providing transformative commentary. It's not the original commentary. We are providing new perspective. We are providing high insight because a lot of these matches that we're trying to post are classic matches. You know, me and Noah today, before doing Bound for Glory, called Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio from Halloween Havoc.
Nice.
That's going to go up on Halloween. That's going to be the kickoff for the big Halloween shenanigans we have that day.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I usually make my videos live at midnight, so plenty of time.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And I only have 4 people in the members only, so it's not like it's going to be bogging down everybody.
Oh, that's true. I forgot you're doing a members thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But but we should be able to post that commentary over the footage of the actual match. But if we do it, I get copyright pinged, and it gets blocked or it gets struck, and it's like, how is it that this chick is able to make millions of dollars stealing people's content, but I want to post me and Noah doing commentary over a match, and the minute it finishes uploading, I've got a copyright strike. Copyright.
So the text.
Because she's making YouTube millions of dollars in the process.
Yeah, exactly.
But if my content's allowed to stand, who's to say that my content won't bring YouTube money?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's a very popular match. Arguably the greatest match in Halloween Havoc history. Probably one of at least the top 5 matches in WCW history, period, bar none.
Yeah.
All the eyes that are going to come to that match because of how great it is, that would bring YouTube money if they would allow it to fly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And don't get me started when we start doing the WrestleMania content, counting down to WrestleMania 40. If we posted our commentary over the full WrestleMania footage, that would be huge revenue for YouTube. Because people are in the WrestleMania spirit. They want to watch WrestleMania. And now they're getting new commentary too. But every single one of those would get copyright pinged.
Now,
that's where the double standard comes in, and that's where I feel like it's really important for us to discuss this, because this affects us at the grassroots of what the problem was in the first place.
Yes.
The content she was creating, which is why she was getting called out by this guy, and his channel is Jack's Films. That's where all this started in the first place. Her stealing content and him calling her on her shit.
Yeah, and
she didn't like it, so after a while she started doing this stuff. And it led to what she did last week.
It's so ridiculous. And by the way, it's not hard to link a video for her. It's really not. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. I've done it for years. Some of my most popular videos I've freaking given the proper credit to. So it's just.
And you know she knows how to do it. She just doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to because she doesn't have to, because she's protected by the
loophole
simps of YouTube.
And it especially affects me, who's in the infancy stage of doing content. So,
Hand up.
To Daniel's point, if
hand up for JJ.
1 second. To Daniel's point, if we did to her what she did, we could also be labeled as sexual predators. Because she's a girl and they can just cry rape and they'll be believed with no questions asked.
Yeah.
That's why I said sometimes the accusation is worse than the crime. Just being accused gets our name already dug in the mud.
And thank you really quickly to Emmanuel for the $3 super chat. He's gotten me to where I will wear the mask for 1 topic or 1 hour next week. Still got $150 to go, though, if people want me to be El Renegado de la Lucha Libre for the entire show.
I'm still cracking up that Attila didn't get that you were speaking Spanish, because I got it immediately when she came out. Was it last week? And she's like, I just got it. I was freaking dying.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the topic. I didn't want to distract too much, but
Jeff,
I wanted to try to acknowledge that super chat. Go ahead, Jeff.
What was the content she provided commentary over, if I may ask?
TikToks.
TikTok videos.
But essentially,
she's a reactor. She plays the TikToks and she reacts to the videos.
Now, mind you, Jeff, it's not necessarily the fact that she's reacting to TikToks. That's the problem. Jack's Film's point of contention is she's reacting to said TikToks while also not giving the person credit on the TikTok and not at all giving the TikTok credit. Not letting the little watermark for TikTok show and putting her face over it, and or just not linking it in the description, period.
And there's even a few videos that he called her out on where she doesn't even react at all. She just plays the TikTok and doesn't react to it. So she's completely bogarting somebody's content and not giving credit to it.
Yes.
Wait, she does that stupid split screen stuff
Yeah.
where you're just sitting there and letting it play. Oh, I hate those.
Yeah.
And there's a few videos that he showed where you can see the TikTok in the middle of the screen and there's no reaction from her.
Yep. Yeah. And the reaction box on her end is so small. There are YouTubers who do react content now that aren't doing it that way, and they're actually doing it by the book. And at the very least, if they're going to let a video play, they make it as different as possible, and they talk like the only time I see them play a whole video and commentate over the whole thing and play the whole thing with it on the screen is if it's a video you could just essentially talk over like we do with the wrestling commentary. So it's a very bendy situation as it is, but there are very much unwritten rules of how you can react depending on the content. She just throws that completely out the fucking window. Like she doesn't.
Yes.
So.
Okay. The reason I asked about what she's plagiarizing, for lack of a better term, right now, here's where years of my discussion came in, James. And this is, again, I'm saying this now. I would appear on camera, but my equipment's too short to pull off the job. I have a very small charger cord. The bottom line is this: yes, what she's doing it should not be allowed. 100% agree. Why did this person who ended up getting doxxed by her make the decision to quote unquote police her? What motivated him out of everybody she's plagiarized? What motivated him? And as a result of him making a decision to police her, he got doxxed. Again, I am 100% not saying she's in the right for doing that. She should go to fucking jail for that. I concede that. But you have to find the line. And, as a parent, most of us in this room are parents.
Yeah.
You got to pick your battles. Hang on. She's clearly, at least now because she doxed this guy, clearly has a screw or three loose. But had he not made the decision to police her himself rather than try to let the system work, we all know the system doesn't work 100% of the time. I'm not trying to have that conversation. But I just think that people making a decision to try to police somebody or stick their nose in where it legitimately doesn't belong is part of the overall problem of social media. Because it used to be, if you stuck into somebody's business in person, you get punched in the face and off you go. Social media world, shit escalates to the point of legitimately dangerous levels. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will say, while I will say yes, that could be the case, and I would say it didn't involve him. However, she's stolen his content too, which is kind of his bone of contention, which is why he made the video.
Which again, if he's specifically posting about his content being stolen, fine.
Yeah.
But if what I'm hearing is true, what he got on her case about was more than just his content, correct?
It's more than just his it's content in general, but it started because she started stealing his content, very similar to how she stole the content of TikToks.
Okay, so yeah, it's just a case of you did me wrong, I'm going to do you wrong, and it escalated to the point of dangerous levels. And again, this is one of those like brawl out. Nobody's really right here. At the end of the day,
right?
She's much more wrong by a lot, like infinite amount more. But had he just gone through the system, talked to YouTube, talked to whoever, and had them.
You're right, because he actually has content he actually has contacts to YouTube. I didn't even think about that. So you actually have
Yeah. So it's go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You were talking and I didn't raise my hand right away. I think another part of it is the fact that he tried contacting YouTube to start off, and they weren't doing anything because she's such a cash cow for them.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when he started getting no response, I think he was like, okay, I'm going to ride this pony until they do something.
Okay.
Because if we raise enough of a stink about it, and if so many content creators get in on this, YouTube is going to have to take notice.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I will reply to that as carefully as I can, given my current situation.
And I see you, Walter. You can put your hand down.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I'm not seeing hands. I'm talking to people. I just, we're on the freeway. Traffic's a nightmare, and I can't see a whole lot. Anyway, there comes a point where yes, if the system, if management's not working for you, you have to almost do something equally as stupid to get the attention of. That way, you can make your point in person. That happened to me at one point in my employment. I'm not saying recently. I'm just saying it happened, and. Yes, I did get myself in front of a manager. Yes, I did state my case of why I was doing this. It ended up not going my way, ended up losing the position anyway. But at least they were made aware of this is the way the system is failing everybody else I'm leaving behind here.
Mm-hmm.
So I get where the guy is coming from. Like, let me take my stand. I will gladly take the L. Unfortunately, the L meant his personal information got posted because she's a psychopath.
Yeah.
So. Again, I don't misunderstand what he was trying to do. It's just, unfortunately, once you make that decision, to relate it back to wrestling, you're all in. So, again, it seems like these social justice warrior conversations are getting very, very prevalent, and I'm not saying they shouldn't, but it's just so ridiculous that we have to have this conversation. I'm not saying it shouldn't be happening. It's just sad that we have to. People coming to Tony's defense and accusing me of supporting a rapist. It's like, no, I didn't. Not at one point did I say Vince McMahon was, the king of all things and whatever. I just pointed out that Tony looked like a buffoon by tweeting those. But because I name called and didn't do it in a mature way, I got raked over the coals even more. And if you look back at those tweets, I even replied back to the one person that called me out without, calling us a bunch of double chin wonders or whatever. And I'm like, point taken and accepted. Because she at one point said, yeah, gosh, I hate people resort to name calling. And it's like, all right, she got me, and she got me in a clever, sardonic way. It's like, all right, I acknowledge that. Because I didn't see myself doing that until I was too far down the rabbit hole. The problem is, because I was down the rabbit hole, I had 270 other people, calling me every name in the book, actually. And again, stuff like that, you can brush off your shoulders, like whatever. But this doxing stuff is getting has been legitimately scary. We're gonna go through the tunnel on the 5 here, so if I lose you, I'll come back.
Okay.
There you go. So yeah, I don't. Again, Noah has been very silent about all this.
Noah doesn't care about this type of thing. He's turned his attention to Collision Battle of the Belts, and he's engaging in professional wrestling. Damn it! But we digress.
Oh, you mean the show that Tony put up against Bound for Glory because he's an asshole? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walter.
I get what everybody's saying, but this could have been so much worse. Because what if it went left? What if she did that and he defended his household? Because you do that shit to me, you're gonna have a lot of stuff pointed at your face, and I don't mean human hands. So don't think that you could just roll up on somebody. What if it went left and he protected his house? I don't really know the laws of California. I got to study more about that because since I'm moving there with my concealed carry licenses and all that. But you do that shit and it went left and he defended his household. Now it's a whole nother subject, and now he's the bad guy, right? Even though she started it.
It is 100% illegal to. Oh, go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, when you get out here, depending on where you move to, we need to hook up and hang out, go out for dinner or something.
Of course.
If she's in LA County and she was on his property and he had to defend, he is within his right, man. You got an intruder,
Yep.
You are allowed to greedo Han Solo. You shoot first and ask questions later. Yes, there'll be a thing. But if somebody's on your shit, you are, as far as I know, the law is now you can take care of business.
Yeah, he can legitimately file a police report and press charges right now because yeah, I did look up the law. It's super illegal, at least on a misdemeanor level. So she definitely deserves a charge, if nothing else. So.
And if he is, he's already at the point of no return. He should absolutely go to court and take care of it.
I agree with that.
Manuel says if she came to my house, she'd be like Randy Orton getting tossed her house out the window.
Yep.
RKO.
Again, I was gonna say if she's in LA, we can show the video. Well, since we're gonna have a big wrestling topic, let's show all the home invasions that have gone wrong in WWE. Right, Brian Pillman? Right, Randy Orton?
Yeah, just to piggyback on that, because you weren't here for that part, Jeff. A couple days after the initial thing, and people started calling her out, she went onto her Instagram and posted this on her story. We show up to your house. What you doing?
Yeah, with
kind of teasing and taunting about it. Like, what are you going to do if we show up to your house?
Wow.
I hate those things. There's a lot of those. What you doing? And I want to react one time and just cock my shit. Like, and all you hear is that sound. That's what the hell I'm doing. If you come to my house.
There was a YouTuber who did that, Walter. There was a YouTuber who did that. I ain't even kidding. So there was like another. I'm sorry, totally off tangent, but there was like another YouTuber who legitimately did that with like another thing, and he doxed. He didn't dox him, but he threatened him with like, "I'll show you my clips," like double entendre.
Yeah.
Clips and then like stuff and guns, right? Clips, and then the dude like, and I never usually laugh at stuff like this because I hate guns. I don't want to own a gun ever. But
agreed.
The dude is like, he's a Florida man, and people forget this. A guy named Moist Critical, who Sneeko, another YouTuber, was having this beef with, and said that stupid line, "I'll show you my clips." He shows his gun collection, and he pulls out like a freaking full-on automatic pistol. He's like, "They're not clips, they're mags.
They're magazines." Yeah.
He's like, "Stop saying that. You look fucking stupid here."
It's true. Any real gun owner like myself knows to call them magazines, not clips.
Like, and by the way, the dude who saw that video changed his tone with him so fast.
Oh yeah, wouldn't you?
It was absurd. It was absurd, dude.
Since we're talking about topics that were brought up earlier, if I may, I know about the announcement about the naming of Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
I know about the pay-per-view that's coming close-ish. Anything else I need to know? As far as title changes and anything of that nature?
New tag titles, new tag champions.
Ooh, there you go.
ABC beat the Rascals.
Good for ABC, man.
Though.
Okay. So, did Mickey turn, or is it just a straight match and they shook hands and everything was lovey-dovey?
Afterwards.
Nah. All right.
Looked like
kind of what I said on the chat. Huh, JJ? Kind of what I said on the chat, my prediction.
JJ, what were you saying?
Ball.
Did he really? Right on, Jay. We got it in there. I love it. You love to hear that.
Yeah. Back to the topic, though, because I don't want to get too far off track. But yeah, feel like I forgot what I was going to say because we got sidetracked there.
I didn't mean to consider sideways that far, but yeah, it all comes down to just, again, we're having another conversation about social media interactions getting so far out of hand that it needs to be brought up on the show, and it's becoming far too prolific a topic across YouTube and across this channel, this series of channels, because it just is so far out of hand, and it's not okay, and it needs to be made further not okay. And people above us in pay grade and YouTube visibility need to do something about it.
Yeah. Emmanuel's asking meet and greet in TNA for Vegas, Meacham.
So here's the deal. Datilla asked JJ and I in a private chat if we're doing a road trip, and I was like, look, I just lost my damn job. Somebody wants to cover expenses, I will go anywhere. Because I ain't got shit to do anyway at this point. I would love to go back to Vegas for a wrestling league. Always like going up there. Got enough friends up there where I ain't worried about room and board at the end of the day. I just got to get a whole lot of Claritin and survive the lodging with the cats at the end of the day. So if things line up, if finances line up, if everything else falls in place, I would love to go to Hard to Kill out. I love the Palms. Palms are one of my favorite places out there. I'm down. But it's a matter of everything lining up.
I haven't been to Vegas in 14
Noah
years.
saw a
I
good
think
match.
it's time to go back.
Noah's giving whatever he saw a standing ovation.
That had to have been. I feel like that had to have been something to do with Christian Cage versus Danielson. It had to have been. Or no, was that last week? I don't know.
No, it was Danielson versus Andrade.
Andrade, which was a good match from what I heard. So Flair was very quick to praise it. So, well, it's because it's his son-in-law. That's beside the point.
Well, I mean, I was about to say. I mean, come on now.
Okay, so as far as hell, now off my train of thought. Go ahead, guys. I'll come back to it.
Hey, you got yours back, JJ.
Woohoo! That was it as far as the Sniper Wolf thing goes. I feel like everyone made their point. Noah, I know you've been paying attention to wrestling. I know you've still had your headset on and heard everything that's been said. Do you want to add a one-liner or a comment about this before I throw to commercial, since you are a content creator as well?
For the love of money comes all things evil. Corporate bigwigs only care about the dollar. They don't give a fuck about morals. There's not really a wrong. Oh my God!
Damn.
Malachi Black just dropped Brian Danielson. Anyway, you both fucked up, and the world's fucked up too. Curiosity causes more toxicity. Sometimes finding the right battle just causes more injustice to follow. I don't know what it means going forward, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the biggest wigs.
Pull over if you can. I'll wrap up my part of it in just a second here. Sorry to interrupt. I need to get off here for a few minutes, guys. The 5 freeway got totally blocked off, so I need to get my dad navigation. If I can come back, I will.
Okay.
All right. See you, brother. Noah, question for you. I know you probably were half listening. Who was more wrong? The person that called her out in the first place, or the person that doxed the person?
The person that commits the crime is always the first person that I feel is the most wrong, okay? If it wasn't started, it wouldn't be happening. If it wasn't attacked, it wouldn't be escalated. Everything has a starting point, and where it goes from there, it's just a domino effect. This is just another one of those extreme cases where at the end of the day, it was brought to a global front, and maybe it shouldn't, and maybe at the end of the day, you might need to, voice assembly, start a petition, but at the end of the day, corporate bigwigs, they're going to care about what's the most beneficial to them, what's best for business, not best for morality.
Yep, they care about the almighty dollar more than they care about the almighty Bobby Lashley.
I was gonna say.
And then you'll say Noah was clapping for Jeff to go to Vegas.
Right. I was gonna say. Normally I typically agree with what Noah says, but I still think in this case, the person who doxed a person's address to millions of people is probably the more wrong, even if he started.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I just want to say I love Noah's ability to sum things up. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, true.
I agree with what you're saying on this one, James. Granted, did he have to get involved in something that wasn't really his business? No. But she showed up to his house, posted his house and address for 5.6 million people to see. At the end of the day, that's the more wrong thing.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get her to step her game up as a content creator and give credit where the credit is due.
He was actually more, at the end of the day, he was more diplomatic, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he may have been a social justice morality warrior, but if his content was stolen, he had a right to be.
Yeah.
If his friend's content was being stolen, he had a right to be.
Yes.
If it wasn't any of his content, he could have just minded his own business.
Or exactly. Now,
But-
Noah, do you concede with that or no? Because I don't know if you know that the person that was criticized decided to take it way too goddamn far and post his address.
I mean, at the end of the day, some people just overreact. Foolishness is foolishness.
Yeah.
No,
We
Reigns,
did
I'm
get a-
watching Sky Blue versus Hollywood Haley. Get to wrestling and then call me in the morning.
There you go.
Well, Emmanuel just sent a $5 super chat in just for you, Noah. He says, "Why is Bobby Roode so glorious?"
Because it was my NXT, and he was the dominant it factor of TNA. He brought that title further prestige out of a dark era, and he's one of the best to come out of TNA and one of the best in the industry. Now, produced for WWE, but again, WWE is still very underwhelming for me. Anyway, there's the answer to your question. Oh, big clubbing shot by Hollywood Haley. Nice to see Hollywood Haley on Collision. Sky Blue still wearing the Scooby-Doo inspired Mystery Machine attire. For those that are fans of that old stuff.
Makes me
I
want to
remember
go
that
solve
show.
a mystery.
Well, we're still trying to figure out the mystery of what's happening inside Sky Blue, this darkness that is slowly consuming her. But that will come to light when Julia Hart takes center stage after her honeymoon.
Maybe
Anyway,
she's trying to
back
become
to-
a black sky.
Why don't we just call her a dark sky?
I was going to say Sky Black, but actually that's a whole lot more clever, Walter. Well done. Anyway, back
Dark
to my match.
skies, dark skies are before us.
Now,
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say before you go to the commercial, JJ.
Well, Walter has his hand up. Let him go
yes.
real quick.
Yes.
I just want to say, and on the topic, at the end of the day, someone, in order to bring attention to something, somebody has to step up and be that person. So we can criticize that he didn't mind his business or whatever, but he's just trying to bring attention. And sometimes other people speak for it. We're all content creators, and somebody had to step up. So he did it. So, and it brought attention to it. So whatever the outcome, at least he stood up to someone and it was like, yo, YouTube is this double standards, got to chill out. It may result in what it resulted in, but everything that deserves attention brought to it, somebody has to be the one that doesn't mind their business and steps up.
And nobody
If more
deserves
people
to be
mind their own
doxxed.
business. This world will be a lot more stable, and maybe the X wouldn't be as toxic as it is or chaotic. But to your point, double standard is double standard.
Yeah. And quite frankly, doxing is wrong even if somebody fucked with you. Stop doing it. It's not cool. It doesn't
not
make you
cool at
cool.
all.
Get on the block, for fuck's sake.
Congratulations, James. That reverse psychology is going to influence even more negative behavior. But hey, keep trying to change the world overnight.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I've tried for
Anything
years.
else? Anything else you want to say, James, before you bow out? Because I know you're gonna take your leave after this topic.
Yeah, man. I had a good time. I'm surprised I even stayed for 3 hours. I'll be real. I know you guys got at least a couple more topics to go. I doubt you're gonna do Haunted Hangman after when it's this damn late in the game. So.
Yeah, no.
I'll be taking my leave. You guys can tune into what will be my final piece of modern wrestling content that was kind of recorded 2 weeks ago, but fuck it, it's gonna be out there. You can check out Wrestling Rundown on the Wrestling 1444 Incorporated channel, hosted by Zero. So that will be fun, I'm sure. So yeah, go check that out. That will be the only thing that I got to plug, really, because I just things happen. So I'm just kind of rolling with the punches as I go here. So you can follow me on Twitter at jhebertside95, on YouTube at jhebertside95. If you want to try to find me on Facebook, look for me at James Hebman Hebert. And yeah, it's really all I got for you folks. And I guess until next time, I'll see you on the J Hebert side. So
It's
night,
been
everyone.
awesome. It's been awesome having you back, James. I appreciate you staying for as long as you did, and I guess if not sooner, we will be seeing you for Disney karaoke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Take care, brother.
Take care, brother.